we go to the League Cup final in '68, and behind the Leeds goal was this banner, Norman Bites Your Legs. And ITV took it on and it showed it. But then what they did then, the next following League Cup final, they ran a competition to see if anybody could get a better banner. So 2 years on the trot, this nickname of mine was stuck on a television. And I met the guys that had done it, and they were from this leisure centre in Horsforth. But it just stuck with me. It was just there, and wherever I go, people just say, if they say Norman Hunter, oh, bite your legs. So it's just stuck with me. I don't envy the players now. I think good luck to you. I wish I'd have been around money-wise to get the sort of money they're getting now. I wouldn't swap anybody's lifestyle for what I had. People I played with, the club I played for, and everything else. I was fortunate. I went with England, got a couple of World Cups. I've got a medal somewhere. So I wouldn't swap my life. But I think a lot of players of our era could have done, for what they put into the game, they could have done with being a bit more financially sound. Well, I'm not sure the way the game is now, whether I would have been quick enough to play in the central position, because you're very exposed and you get an awful lot of one-on-ones and things like that. I could have done that role, as they say now, which the holding midfield player. I could have sat in front of the back four, just won it, and give it to other people. I could have done that. But yeah, nowadays you'd have been worth an awful lot of money. We had a lad, Paul Madeley. Now, what would that man be worth now? He could play in any position. The only position he didn't play was in goal. And he could play anywhere. So he would be worth a fortune. But it's all hype and it's all hypothetical and everything else. The most important thing to me is that I came to Leeds at 15 and I've had an absolutely wonderful time. Wouldn't swap it. As I got older, I could not have got any slower. But the thing is that I couldn't get, it was the injuries. I never had an injury, basically, till I was about 32. And then from then on in, till I was 37, I kept getting probably one injury a season, then 2 injuries a season. And then it became harder and harder to get back into full fitness, to be on the field. Because, you know, at the back where I played, you can use your experience. There would be the odd time where some young whippersnapper would come up to you and knock it past you and fly away from you. But it was the injuries that did me. You know, I couldn't recover as well as I used to do. And I used to start getting calf injuries, and well, it was something I never had. So that was the reason I packed in, and then I was player manager at Barnsley. So then I went from player manager to just manager. Well, we had the sports shop. It was just something that I thought, you know, naturally into sport, and I could keep the contact with the clubs and things like that. But it never really worked. I was never good at it. The best thing that's ever happened to me has been my good lady, because she's got more of a business head on her than I have. And over the years, we've bought 1 or 2 bits of properties and things like that. So we've got that behind us. And I've got to be honest, it's nothing to do with me, because I don't mind working at it. Even now, like after I've left this interview, we've got a house in town, and I'm going to go down there and I'm going to mess about and do the garden and things like that. So business-wise, I was not any good at it. I played football, and that's all I ever knew, really. Don Revie was a player when I arrived, and then he became player manager, one of the youngest ever, and then he took over, and then we just avoided relegation. Next year we finished 5th, then we got promotion. So then it was just an ongoing thing. And I could not wait. Every day I used to wake up and I used to love to go down there, see the lads and go training. Go train. I miss that more than anything to this day. I don't miss the playing, but I miss the dressing room. I miss being fit. The dressing room and the banter and the crack was absolutely brilliant, you know. People used to say to me, what did you laugh about? But you can't tell them. It was so spontaneous, it just happened in the whole place. And he made it so enjoyable, Don Revie. It was brilliant. We very rarely trained. All we ever did was, we were that busy playing games that we just played five-a-sides. But, you know, you used to go in on a Monday, we might have he used to take us away if there was a European game. And then we'd have a couple of days at home, then Friday, no matter where we were away from home, even at home, you know, took us to Craiglands. You'd have Saturday, Sunday at home. Monday, we were off in Europe. So it all became a little bit too much at times, where you were playing a semi-final and you'd just had a quarter-final or something else. And it was just like another game, where it shouldn't be. It should be something that is you're really up for. But that's what I remember, whether the lads think it's the same or